Hey YouTube viewers, did you know every year, millions of Filipinos leave their homeland in search of better opportunities abroad? They work tirelessly to provide for their families, sending remittances back home to support loved ones. But behind the success stories of overseas Filipino workers lies a harsh reality that is often overlooked. While many Filipinos achieve success, others face exploitation, abuse, and financial instability. In some cases, these challenges lead to homelessness, from visa restriction to economic instability. In this video, we'll explore the 10 countries with the most Filipino homeless abroad, the challenges they face, and what can be done to help them. Number 10. Taiwan. Taiwan has become one of the most popular destinations for Filipino workers, offering thousands of job opportunities in industries like manufacturing, caregiving, and construction. Taiwan is home to approximately 150,000 Filipinos, making them one of the largest foreign worker communities in the country, contributing significantly to Taiwan's economy. But behind the success stories lies a reality that is often overlooked. Many Filipinos in Taiwan face significant challenges and the heartbreaking reality of homelessness. It's estimated that around 500 to 700 Filipinos in Taiwan are homeless. These individuals often face unique struggles, including a lack of access to resources and support systems. The high cost of living in Taiwan is a major hurdle, making it difficult for many to save money or support families back home. Additionally, some Filipino workers experience job losses due to economic changes or contract terminations, leaving them vulnerable and without immediate support. In some cases, exploitative employers exacerbate the situation, with workers enduring long hours, unfair wages, or inadequate living conditions. Number 9. South Korea. South Korea is home to an estimated 60,000 Filipinos, many of whom work in industries such as manufacturing, agriculture, and services. While South Korea offers job opportunities and a higher standard of living, many Filipinos face significant challenges as they navigate life in this fast-paced and dynamic country. A notable issue is homelessness, with approximately 400 to 600 Filipinos experiencing housing insecurity. For many, this situation arises due to job losses or the inability to afford South Korea's high cost of living, which places significant financial pressure on migrant workers. Another challenge is visa overstays, as some Filipinos remain in South Korea after their contracts end in hopes of finding better opportunities. However, living without proper documentation can make access to jobs, healthcare, and housing even more difficult. Language barriers also pose a significant hurdle. Many Filipinos struggle with limited Korean language proficiency, which affects their ability to communicate effectively, integrate into local communities, and access critical services. Despite these hardships, there are efforts within the Filipino community and from non-governmental organizations to provide support. Temporary shelters, legal aid, and community programs are available to help those in need. But these resources are often limited and cannot fully address the systemic issues that lead to homelessness. Number 8. Hong Kong. Hong Kong, one of the most vibrant financial hubs in the world, is home to a significant Filipino population. Approximately 220,000 Filipinos reside in Hong Kong, forming one of the largest expatriate communities in the region. The majority of them work as domestic helpers, playing a crucial role in the lives of many Hong Kong families. However, while some Filipinos settle in this bustling city, others face significant challenges that can lead to financial instability and even homelessness. With an estimated 800 to 1,000 Filipinos living without stable housing, resorting to temporary shelters, or sleeping in parks and other public areas. One of the primary challenges for Filipinos in Hong Kong is the sky-high cost of living. Hong Kong is one of the most expensive cities in the world, and rent prices are unaffordable for low-wage workers. Another major challenge is Hong Kong's rigid employment rules. Domestic helpers often work long hours under strict contracts with limited legal protections. The live-in rule, which requires them to reside in their employer's home, restricts their privacy and freedom. Additionally, termination of contracts can leave workers with only 14 days to secure new employment or risk deportation, putting immense pressure on those trying to navigate unexpected job loss. Despite these challenges, the Filipino community in Hong Kong supportive NGO and advocacy groups. These organizations provide legal aid, temporary housing, skills training, and resources to help workers navigate employment-related challenges. Additionally, the Philippine consulate plays a pivotal role in representing the community's interests and providing assistance during crises. Number 7. Italy. The Filipino immigrants in Italy has become one of the largest and most active group in Europe. With approximately 170,000 Filipinos living in Italy, they contribute significantly to various sectors, particularly in healthcare, domestic work, and hospitality. Despite their valuable contributions, Filipinos in Italy face significant challenges: high living costs, job instability, and language barriers. A more pressing concern is homelessness, with around 1,200 to 1,500 Filipinos living on the streets, a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities this community faces. Many are in precarious situations, struggling to make ends meet, and without proper support systems. However, life in Italy is not without its challenges. One of the major issues faced by the Filipino community is high living costs, particularly in cities like Rome, Milan, and Naples. Rent, utilities, and everyday expenses can take up a large portion of income, making it difficult for many to save or live comfortably. Moreover, language barriers also contribute to the struggles faced by Filipinos in Italy. Although many speak basic Italian, fluency is often required for better job opportunities, making it harder for immigrants to advance in their careers or fully integrate into the workforce. Number 6. United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates stands as a beacon of opportunity for many Filipinos, with its gleaming skyscrapers and promise of better wages. Home to approximately 700,000 Filipinos, contribute greatly to the economy, particularly in industries like healthcare, hospitality, construction, and domestic services. An estimated 2,000 to 2,500 Filipinos face homelessness in the UAE. One of the biggest challenges is contract substitution. This occurs when workers are promised one set of job conditions in the Philippines, only to arrive in the UAE and find a completely different reality. Lower wages, longer hours, and poor working conditions often leave workers vulnerable and unable to make ends meet. Job instability is another major issue. Many OFWs work on temporary contracts, and losing a job can quickly spiral into financial instability. Without a steady income, paying for rent and basic necessities becomes impossible. Visa issues also play a significant role. Workers who lose their jobs often lose their legal status, leaving them undocumented and unable to access formal housing or social support. This forces many into homelessness, living in cramped shared spaces or even on the streets. Despite these challenges, the Filipino community in the UAE is strong and resilient. Community organizations and the Philippine Embassy provide temporary shelters, legal assistance, and resources to help those in need. However, these efforts often fall short of addressing the systemic issues that lead to homelessness. Number 5. Canada. Canada is home to approximately 957,000 Filipinos, making it one of the largest Filipino communities abroad. Over the years, Canada has become a top destination for Filipino immigrants and workers, drawn by its reputation for opportunities, inclusivity, and high quality of life. Many Filipinos have found success in Canada, working in industries such as healthcare, education, hospitality, and skilled trades. However, not all Filipinos in Canada experience success. An estimated 2,500 to 3,000 Filipinos in Canada face homelessness, a harsh reality that is often overlooked. The high cost of living is one of the primary factors contributing to this issue. Major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal are known for their skyrocketing housing prices, making it difficult for low-income workers to afford rent. Visa and immigration issues also play a significant role in the struggles of Filipinos in Canada. Many arrive as temporary workers or under sponsorship programs, but changes in employment or family circumstances can jeopardize their legal status. Without proper documentation, access to housing, healthcare, and social services becomes extremely limited. Adding to these challenges is Canada's harsh winter climate. For those without proper shelter, the freezing temperatures can be life-threatening. Homeless Filipinos often face additional barriers, such as limited access to culturally appropriate support services and language barriers, which make it harder to seek help or navigate the system. Number 4. Qatar. Qatar, a rapidly growing nation in the Arabian Gulf, is home to around 300,000 Filipinos, making them one of the largest expatriate communities in the country, drawn by job opportunities in industries like construction, hospitality, healthcare, and domestic services, many Filipinos contribute significantly to Qatar's economy while supporting their families through remittances. However, life in Qatar presents challenges. Homelessness affects an estimated 3,500 Filipinos, primarily due to high housing costs. Many low-wage workers face financial strain, sharing overcrowded accommodations or struggling to secure stable shelter. Unpaid wages also remain a pressing issue, as inconsistent enforcement of labor reforms leaves some workers vulnerable. The high cost of living, including expenses for food, healthcare, and transportation, further complicates financial stability for Filipino workers. While Qatar offers modern infrastructure and economic opportunities, these hurdles can overshadow the promise of a better life. Despite these challenges, the Filipino community in Qatar is resilient, relying on cultural organizations and support networks to navigate difficulties and maintain their traditions. Events and gatherings provide a sense of belonging for those far from home. Qatar is both a land of opportunity and a place of challenges for Filipinos. Strengthening labor protections and addressing cost of living concerns are essential for creating a fairer environment for all migrant workers. Number 3. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, a land of stunning deserts, gleaming skyscrapers, and deep cultural roots, is home to a significant Filipino population, with approximately 800,000 overseas Filipino workers residing in the kingdom. Filipinos in Saudi Arabia play vital roles in sectors like healthcare, construction, hospitality, and domestic services, contributing to the kingdom's growing economy while pursuing better opportunities for their families back home. However, behind the promise of opportunity lies a harsh reality for some. An estimated 3,000 to 3,500 Filipinos in Saudi Arabia face homelessness due to job displacement, visa issues, or lack of legal protection. Many Filipinos encounter difficulties such as unpaid wages and contract violations are widespread issues. Under the kafala sponsorship system, many workers report being underpaid, overworked, or subjected to unfair treatment. The lack of enforcement of labor protections often leaves workers without recourse, making them vulnerable to exploitation. Poor working conditions also persist, particularly for domestic workers, who frequently report excessive working hours, limited rest, and lack of proper living conditions. Although Saudi Arabia has introduced reforms to improve worker rights, the impact has been uneven, and many continue to face hardships. Despite these challenges, the Filipino community in Saudi Arabia remains resilient and resourceful. With a strong sense of solidarity, many Filipinos rely on their cultural networks to stay connected and support one another. From religious gatherings to social events, these connections help create a sense of home and community for those far from their families. Number 2. Kuwait. Kuwait is home to a significant Filipino population, estimated at around 250,000 people. This expatriate group plays a vital role in various sectors, especially domestic work, healthcare, construction, and hospitality. The Filipino community faces a range of challenges, making their experience in Kuwait a mix of hardship and resilience. Adding to the challenges, there is a growing issue of homelessness among Filipino workers in Kuwait. It is estimated that around 4,000 to 5,000 Filipinos are homeless, many of whom are either unemployed or have been abandoned by their employers. These individuals often live in poor conditions and struggle to survive without a stable income or support system. A major issue for Filipinos in Kuwait is exploitation by abusive employers. Many workers, especially domestic helpers, endure long hours, poor living conditions, and sometimes physical or emotional abuse. The lack of legal protections for foreign workers makes them vulnerable to mistreatment and exploitation. Another challenge is unpaid wages, with delays or non-payment common, putting workers in financial distress. Strict visa rules tie workers to their employers, making it difficult to change jobs or report abuse without fear of deportation. The kafala system further exacerbates these issues, giving employers too much control over workers' legal status. Despite these struggles, the Filipino community in Kuwait remains resilient, with many supporting each other through local organizations. However, more protections and reforms are needed to ensure the rights and dignity of migrant workers in Kuwait. Number 1. United States. The Filipino population in the U.S. is approximately 4.4 million, making it one of the largest Asian American communities. Filipinos have made significant contributions to various sectors, such as healthcare, education, technology, and service industries. However, they face challenges, including high living costs, homelessness, visa overstays, and cultural stigma. A major issue is the high cost of living in cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco, where housing is increasingly unaffordable. This has led to a rise in homelessness, with an estimated 4,000 to 5,000 Filipinos without stable housing due to financial hardships. Visa overstays also affect many Filipinos, particularly those on temporary visas, leading to legal complications and limiting opportunities for permanent residency. Cultural stigma and discrimination are other challenges, with Filipinos often facing stereotypes and struggles to preserve their cultural identity while adapting to American society. Despite these challenges, Filipinos have built strong communities, supported by Filipino-owned businesses, cultural organizations, and advocacy groups. Their resilience and contributions continue to enrich the cultural and economic fabric of the United States. These 10 countries with the most Filipino homeless abroad. It's clear that while many Filipinos go overseas in search of better opportunities, a significant number face immense challenges, whether it's exploitation, harsh living conditions, or a lack of support systems. The stories behind these struggles remind us of the resilience of the Filipino spirit and the need for greater advocacy and support for migrant workers worldwide. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content. Thanks for watching.